Coming in to play Southern tonight, we knew that they were going to be really tough. At their house, they were really disappointed in how the game ended, considering that they had played extremely hard and led most of the game at their place. And so we knew that they were going to come in and play hard. We knew that they were going to come in and full court pressure us a lot. They also did some things that we weren't really ready for, but I thought our girls did a great job of responding. I'm really proud of how heady our girls were, how resilient they were. Again, we got there real close with Southern tying the game up with a couple minutes to go in the game, and I called a final timeout and just got into our players, and I thought they did a great job of responding. I'm really proud of them. I'm proud of the efforts that we had on the board, and I'm proud of them finishing strong.
They took a lead with a little over a minute to go, and you called that timeout. I guess panic wouldn't be the word, but was there any concern like this could be it?
Yeah, that's always a concern, but our players go back to those games that we had really, really close. Texas Southern was a game that we had really close. They had the lead several times, and our girls fought back on them. Calling that final timeout when they went ahead, I had to remind the players, you're number one. You're 10-0. You're not here by a mistake. This is where you're supposed to be. You have to go to the court, play with confidence, and show them who you are. And I thought our girls did an amazing job in responding to that and playing together and pulling through.
Their full court press in that fourth quarter really seemed. They were giving it to you all game, but really in the fourth quarter they seemed to kind of ratchet it up. Was it a different look they were giving?
It was something that we haven't really seen. They got into a man-to-man, and they started running and jumping us, and we just kind of told our players the areas of the floor to fill in so that we can advance the ball up the floor. I thought that a couple of our guards were playing very timid and not wanting to attack, and so I had to make a sub, and we brought Janiah Talley off the bench, and we told them, if you break the press, look to attack, get downhill. They are attacking us, go back and attack them, and we did that, and we got to the free throw line. I'm just proud of our girls making that adjustment.
What does it say about the resiliency of this team that, big lead goes away, but they fight back?
Well, it tells me that they have a lot of heart. This team has a lot of heart. And that's what I told them at the end of the game. I'm really proud of them. They could have given up, but they didn't. They stayed with it. They fought through. They made adjustments. And I was just really proud of their efforts. And knocking down free throws late in the game, we missed them early, but when it counted the most, they knocked them down. And I was just really proud of them. One thing we told the players is that you've been here before. Now you have to respond like you did before and bring the victory home.
Every win at this point in the SWAC is uncharted territory for this program. To be 11-0 right now, is this something that anybody, even for obviously you want to win every game, but to be 11-0, that doesn't really happen in any sport.
Yeah, no, it's really tough. It's tough to be 11-0. Everybody coming for you. It's a hard grind. It's not a lot of rest on my part as the head coach. I make sure my coaches are working. They work extremely hard for me, and we really try to prepare our players. We prepare our players with play calls. We try to talk about the defensive side, the offensive side. We are just really, making sure they are prepared to go down the stretch. We want to be really good in categories, and 4-0 was okay, 5-0 was okay, but now, 10-0, 11-0, it's like, okay, y'all, now you have to play with that confidence. Now you have to play and show them why you're 11-0. You're not here by mistake. So I'm just really proud of how they respond, how hard they play.
You mentioned playing with confidence. Misha, these last 5 games, just seems to be playing at another level. What have you seen her trajectory?
Well, Amisha, coming from Mississippi State, was outside type of player. She liked to shoot jump shots. She liked to put the ball on the floor and get to the basket. And, we started bringing Marneisha off the bench so Marneisha can bring the up-tempo aggression and excitement. And so we were starting Amisha, and we told Amisha, if you're going to be in the starting lineup, you got to play tough around the block. So every day she come in and getting extra work, and she's playing with her back to the basket. My coaches challenge her. I have a coach that's about 6'6", and he get out there and he lay his body on her. She's got to push through his body. My coaches and the players, Marneisha, they are posting up on her down low, making her tougher. She has gotten a lot of tougher, and that's the difference in her game, her toughness. And so I'm just really excited that she went from an outside player to inside, and so that's helped us tremendously.
Did it kind of surprise you that, for how tall she is, that she was kind of playing outside, not really, taking advantage of the paint?
Absolutely. And I told her, I was like, you're too tall, you're too big to be away from the basket. We need you around the basket. Early in the year, we would play her and Marneisha together. Marneisha was doing a great job of knocking down the outside shot, and we were forcing her to be inside. So I told her, your body is too hot, too long. You're a great target for our guards to penetrate and dish it over top to you. Finish strong. Just be strong. And, I mean, she played phenomenally around the basket today.
Since swag play started, you guys have been on another level, but like this last month or so, really seemed to take it up a notch. Does it have a lot to do with how you kind of stagger Mo and Amisha's minutes where, one starts, one comes off the bench, but then they close it together?
Yeah, I was a little worried tonight because we played them together a lot. And I was thinking we had a lot of force on the floor, and that may take away from some of our stamina and endurance and take away from some of our scoring. But nevertheless, Marneisha did an awesome job of defending Southern guards on the outside. That energy just kind of knocked them off. And so on the inside, we had a more of an advantage. And so it worked in our favor, but, definitely staggering their playing time, it helps out a lot because, you have two post players, one can play in and one can play out. Marneisha's really heady and helping with the ball against ball pressure, too. So she's good in that aspect as well.
How big is this 3-game road trip coming up now? Have y'all had 3 games on the road since SWAC started?
No, this will be our first time. Yep. And so this is going to be a tough stretch. This is definitely going to be one that's going to let us know where we are and tell us where we stand. We're going to have a true test on the road. You're talking about Texas Southern, a team who took us into overtime here, a team who's tied at second, or maybe they're second now. So they're going to come in and want to win, and they're going to play extremely hard. Prairie View here, we only beat them by 5 points. You're talking about another game that they led some of that game, and we had to kind of fight to come back. They're going to be really tough at home as well. Everybody bring out their best game, and Grambling is going to be extremely tough. So we have to be ready. We have to make sure we're rested and focused and ready for the challenge.
At the beginning of the game, I knew coming into this game that it was going to be tough because, for one, it was tough at championship. So we knew no matter who we play, if it came down to Southern or whatever, we just wanted to play our hardest, And we know every team can come play hard. So I would just say for this game, honestly, we already knew it was going to be tough. We just had to dig in and just play and just stay composed. And I just think at the end there, we just gelled as a team and just stayed, as one, and just came through and just finished the game.
You hear talk about a lot of senior moments, leadership moments. Did that kind of feel like that and one you got at the end there? That kind of feel like one of those senior leadership moments for you?
I feel like, to me, my coach be looking for that in me. Everybody say, well, Mo, you're a leader. But sometimes I doubt myself, but I have to realize, you are a leader even when you're not trying to be a leader. So I feel like when in that aspect, in that game, it was just do it for my team. I'm going to do whatever for my team so we can win. So, and that's shooting the jump shot, making the three, making the layup to win. I'm going to do what I got to do.
How tough was that final really 8 minutes where you guys had a 12-point lead, it evaporates, and then they take the lead? What were you seeing from that?
Honestly, on the sideline, I knew we was gonna pull it through. Honestly, my teammates, our coach put us in those type of situations in practice. So, us just doing it on the court just help her, and help us just realize we won't fold under pressure. So whatever you throw at us, we'll just be ready. Like my coach said, a lot of stuff they threw at us, we wasn't prepared for. But when you're a good team, it's just undeniable. So you just gotta just keep doing what you gotta do to win. So I feel like we just stayed composed and just stayed together as a team, and we just finished it through.
How tough is it kind of controlling the pace when they come out in a full court press like that?
For me, it's kind of tough because I be telling myself I'm a guard. But in reality, you know what I'm saying? You got to show that you're a guard. So, honestly, I just think you just got to stay, under control, regardless of what they throw at you. We just honestly, I told my team, I told my coach, I tell them every time before we play, we number one. So we going to play like we number one. So that's just how I, look at it. No need for the pressure. Just play, just hoop.
You and Amisha kind of formed a really good duo down low together. What have you seen from her growth? You obviously were established coming in. When she came in this season, no one really knew of her other than she came from Mississippi State. What have you seen from her growth?
Well, honestly, when she came in, I told her, we always have conversations, and it was always we not here to tear each other down. Like, we gonna do this together. So I knew with her sitting out for a minute, it was gonna be kind of tough, cause you know that's just normal, like for you to sit out tough and come in. But I feel like she has grown a lot, and I feel like as a player, you know, we got a relationship off the court too. So it's kind of like that made it even easier. But we both come in, we both get extra work, and I just feel like my coach said, like, it's just about our toughness. And I feel like she's gotten extremely tough, and she just, you know, I've seen a lot of growth, because like my coach said, like, she wanted to play outside, but when she realized like no one can stop her, then that's when she bought in. But honestly, us just buying in the system and realizing like we not here to tear each other down, like it's just me and you. So we just stick together and we just play together. And I honestly feel like me and her play well. Like, that's my dog.
With the way that your minutes are kind of staggered, there's really no way an opposing team can really take off the way you guys have that dominance in the paint. I mean, what do you see from opposing teams when they see whether Amisha's in and then you come in, there's no break, and then towards the end of the game y'all are both in?
Well, honestly, in the beginning, I told my coach I wanted to come off the bench. And that was honestly so I could, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be that. I always told her, like, let me be your sixth man. Like, let me bring the energy for you. Let me bring that productivity for you. Like, let me be that person for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, I'm a senior, and I get all the accomplishments, but that don't matter to me. Like, if her starting is going to, you know what I'm saying, make the team gel, I don't think I care about just making my others around me better. So if that's what's going to help her start or me start, it really don't matter. Like, you got to stop one of us. But honestly, no one can stop us. That's my attitude to it. So it don't matter if I'm on the floor, she start. As long as we win, that's all I care about.
Is it kind of different, you know, watching maybe like the first 5 or so minutes on the bench, kind of getting a feel of the game from the bench and then going in, not really a feeling out process?
If we be honest, I never liked starting. I had to. Last year I had no choice, but this year it's kind of like a relief. But it don't really bother me starting or coming off the bench. I just feel like when you're a good player, you're going to get yours. And that's how I look at it. Like, you're going to get yours. Like, and we both get ours. Whether I play 20, 22, 18, 5, like, whatever I can do to help my team win, that's all that matters. And that's that. We, 11, 12, no? That's just how I look at it. Like, we winning. So whatever is working, apparently. So just got to keep it up.